Here he is, Tremaine Jackson, head football coach, Prairie View A&M. Put that seatbelt on.
Ready to go.
Man, can you believe it's here? It's on?
Man, went really fast, and no, I can't believe it's here, but it's here.
Picked third preseason
Yeah.
to finish third in the division.
Yeah.
Preseason polls, I imagine you don't care.
No, there's nobody printing any rings for preseason things, man. We don't care about the pre, we care about the post. I learned that a long time ago in this head coaching journey.
When you were hired, man, what an introduction.
Yeah.
What an introduction.
And I'm not talking beat. I'm telling you what's going to happen.
And you said people are going to cut this up?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's going to cut this up and use it as bulletin board material. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're going to the chip?
We're going to win the SWAC championship.
Yep. No doubt about it.
We're going to win the celebration bowl.
Did you get any blowback? Any heat?
Probably, but not from people from the outside. We got some heat from the inside.
From the inside?
Yeah, just because it sounded so unrealistic. We hadn't been talking about that as a football program. So we had to really teach our people internally how to, hey man, this is about championships. This ain't about just going 7-5 and everybody talking trash on Twitter. This is about really competing for a national championship, and I'm glad to say we're there.
You're there.
We're there with our people.
With your people.
With our people. And I love our people. I think the guys that we got, we haven't had any trouble. We haven't had any issues. Grades are high. We're doing things the right way. The only place we hadn't done it yet, that we hadn't had the opportunity, is on the field. So I am excited, but you don't know until you know. Got to see somebody get hit.
You're an intense guy.
Yeah.
That's what I gather. How do you balance football life and life away from football?
Yeah, it's the same for me. You know, everything we do, man, it's just like it is. I tell people, I got a 19-year-old daughter that's now transferring to Prairie View. I don't treat her like I treat the players. I treat the players like I treat her. She's been coached her whole life. She knows exactly what being a dog is. She knows exactly some of the things I say to the players. She goes, yeah, I've heard that before. And so it's just who we are. It's who we're always going to be. I always tried not to be somebody else. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be the same person all the time, and it's worked out for us.
How long did it take you to learn that? Because no one knows going into their first job as a head coach how they're going to be as a head coach.
Yeah.
Did it take some time for you to figure out who you are?
Yeah, man, I didn't learn that till year 3 of me being a head coach. When I went to Valdosta State, I thought I could maneuver and be somebody else because of the place, and we didn't play well. We didn't do well. People wanted me fired and all that, and so I had to have a real talk with myself in the offseason about just being me, having our program be our program regardless of where we are. So I don't care if it's the Little League Giants or the New York Giants and everything in between, man. We're gonna be who we are, and that's being dogmatic in everything that we do.
Here on campus, there are some speed humps.
Yeah.
Are there any potential speed bumps in front of you as a program?
Yeah, you know, there always is when you put together a group of brand new guys, 71 new guys. There's the potential of egos to get involved. You got new coaches that only 7 of these 23 coaching staff that we brought, only 7 of us have been together for the last few years. Okay. 3 of us have been together for 6 years, my whole time as a head coach. And so there's some natural things that happen in game, some natural adversities that we got to be able to maneuver through together. And that's on the field and off the field when we're game planning and doing our schematic things.
And being so close to home, this has to be like a dream job for you.
Yeah, it's a dream to play in front of my family, to coach in front of my family. It's a dream to be in an institution that really can compete for a national championship, because we all know there's 130 of these schools out here. 130 people can't actually compete for a championship. Some people are breaking down national championship and they're just telling themselves a big old lie. And so what we try to do, we're so excited to be at a place where we actually can be successful in front of our friends and our family. And again, on a personal note, having my daughter come to school here and see her every day like we did when we lived together, that's a plus that you get when you come to a place like Prairie View A&M.
But here's what you need to know. We're Panthers, but we do have a dogmatic mentality.
You talk about that dog mentality. I imagine you either have it or you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But have you ever found guys that say they're a dog, but then they play like a parakeet?
Yeah. Well, you can be a dog, but you can be a chihuahua.
Okay.
We don't want them. Everybody might have a dog in them. We need the all-black cane corso with the white stripe. The one that you know is not a pettable puppy. You might not want to fool with that one. And so some people we found is a lot of people do have an inner dog. They just don't know that it takes discipline, obedience, and grit to put it all together and be our type of dog. So we always tell folks, you might be a dog, but are you our type of dog? And so the black cane corso with the white stripe, that's my type of dog. And that's who we try to be every day.
Have you found the need to really sell the program to people outside of your walls?
Yeah.
And your vision? Because, man, when I was at your news conference, I was like, man, I'm ready to go, and I wasn't even on the team.
We started internally again with our alums, our fans, just trying to let them know that, hey, this isn't something that we're going to say January 7th and never say again.
Because I'm sure they've heard it before.
Oh, absolutely.
Every
absolutely.
program hears it.
But here's what I think was different about us. We came in the door not talking about winning the SWAC championship. We came in the door talking about winning the national championship.
That's true.
And so most people start with winning the division,
Yep.
and then that's what we're talking about, hosting the SWAC championship game, which a West team has never done. We're talking about winning the SWAC right here in Panther Stadium, and then we're talking about getting on the charter flight and going to Atlanta and win the national championship. That's what makes us different, the fact that we really believe that. And we believe that because when we got here, our last game was the national championship game. And so we don't know anything different. That's the standard. We don't care. HBCU doesn't matter to us. College football matters to us. And we want to be at the top of college football.
It's our opportunity to showcase our program outside of our conference to let people know that we don't play black college football. We play football. And wherever they play football, that's what we want to be.
How are you navigating everything which is happening within college athletics? Has it been difficult? I know you just hired a general manager, correct?
Yeah, we did.
Is that his job to handle that?
It is, but I like being in it too. And man, we got a really great athletic director, Anton Goff.
Mm-hmm.
Sole reason why I came to Prairie View A&M.
Sole reason?
The sole reason. The conversation I had with him, I was on the fence. I'm going to be quite honest. I was on the fence. I had some other opportunities. But
you were winning where
you
were at.
we were winning.
You had it all where you
felt
were
like
at.
we had a pretty good team coming back, so we weren't really looking. We just wanted to be at a really good place and try to really win a national championship. And the conversation I had with him was different. It was different than any other AD I had talked to. He played football, so he understood it. And he's on committees and things across the country where he sees the landscape. So he wanted Prairie View A&M to be competitive. When I talked to our president, she put the cherry on the top. Because she's a competitive lady, she wants to win. She wants to win in all aspects of the university. And that's something that we can sell and something that I could buy into. And so it really made it easy to come here once I talked to those two people.
Driving around campus, what do you see when you look at the campus of Prairie View A&M?
Yeah.
What do you see?
Yeah, it's been said before that this is the most beautiful campus in the A&M system. And that's a big statement by some big time people that said that. I totally agree with that. I think there's nobody that has a campus that's complete like us and still building. When you roll around campus, you see us building things. If you go on a campus and they're not building anything, they probably got money problems. They got some problems that you might not want to be a part of. And so I think we're a thriving campus. Our education is second to none. And I think we're a great football season away from this thing really waking up.
Since we are on the drive, what drives you? What drives you?
Making sure that young people realize they have the opportunity to do whatever they want to do, regardless of what society says. That's a young Tremaine Jackson, wondering what I could do, whether I had a chance to be successful because I'm from the Acres Home community and grew up rough. Do I really have an opportunity at this thing called success? And a coach instilled in me that I can do whatever I want to do. All I got to do is go do it. Be willing to put in the work, talk to myself, not listen to myself, and make sure you go out and earn the success that you want. And so making sure that young people, young men and women, because we've had women on our football teams before, making sure that they understand that you can do whatever you want to do. You know, that's what drives me. I want our football program to be a problem, though. My mama told me I could be whatever I want. I want our football team to be a problem. And if we can use this game of football, being a problem on the field, showing them how to be successful off the field, then I think they'll have a complete experience.